Right, in the top left, playing Greenfinger. This time we have Mr.Cat versus Trillion playing Greenfinger again. So I think potentially Vesper was banned going into game 2. That seems like the likely end result of what
Yeah.
happened. And they're both going for this kind of center capture route with their commanders now.
Yeah, but they didn't go for the same route, funnily enough.
Yeah, it is a little bit different, huh?
uh,
It's Mr.Cat,
oh,
ooh, going for this kind of like around the center
yeah,
route.
I guess Mr. Cat just like captured villagers earlier, basically.
And,
So he
ooh,
didn't
that's a...
really gain.
I don't know why he'd go to the forest there. That's very interesting.
Uh,
And like Mr. Cat
oh,
going
I,
around the
I
edge
think,
makes sense because Trillion could potentially have
yeah,
like
gotten the first hit, I guess.
yeah, they would have
I
gotten to the
think,
center first. So
yeah, I think he built a balloon, so he didn't have that much money to reinforce. So he
oh
probably
okay.
just went on the forest thinking, like, to keep his options open, I guess, so that he could capture this village down there if he wanted to, which he did. Because having a balloon on your strong front is generally a good option because a lot of uh, a lot of units that you will want to have at that front will take a long time to get there, but with the balloon you can accelerate that. Still quite takes a little bit of time, but way faster.
Mr. Cat's
Ooh.
doing really good work up at his north front, it has to be
Yeah, he's
said.
already got groove.
Already has groove, he's killed one of the units that was up there. And I think he's gonna do that without taking any damage.
Uh, there is a night crit lined up, maybe? Is
Oh,
it?
it's just a night hit actually, but
Oh yeah.
did quite a bit of damage. Gets a mage heal. Oh, it's a shame that mage heal couldn't have been closer. Would have grabbed the sword as well, but
Mm, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's better not to expose the mage for like 20% on a sword that probably won't change anything. The sword might just die, right? And you don't accomplish that much by hitting Greenfinger because he has easy heal spots and like he wasn't really gonna be hitting anything next turn anyways, right? He was just gonna wait for his army, I think. So maybe not the best decision there. It did like delay him. He did have to heal, so there's that. But yeah, Trillion is just trying. I mean, they're just starting to trade units everywhere, really.
yeah, and like they have a good like economic position in this game, but I think their army wise, they're about to just start taking a huge amount of damage. Ooh, Greenfinger just getting absolutely pummeled here, down to 20% health.
Yeah, and I guess this is a this would have been like way more effective if that sword went into like weaken the village, so that Greenfinger has no good heal position for next turn. I think.
He's just gonna retreat on the southern front with vines coming up. But
Alright.
so here's
Oh,
like
he's
the
not
thing about
healing. Okay.
yeah, I mean the thing about using the vines like this though is that now Mr. Cat can just smash into them, and there aren't really units in place to punish that. Okay, there's like a knight and a sword, but I don't know if that knight's actually lined up for a crit, so could be seeing that go down.
Hmm. I think he kind of needed to do that because, like, even if he heals, that puts him in a position where he can be like severely damaged next turn, and that means that the turn after that he will also have to spend healing and he won't have initiative. So I guess there is some value in the groove, and
Yeah, I guess
I
like
noticed last game like Mr. Cat was was focusing down the vines quite heavily. Now that Trillion's own golem is here, I guess he can afford to like fight into this a little bit more.
yeah, he just didn't have quite enough army before. And you're right, like now that the golem's there, there's a knight there now as well, so he should be in a good position. And he's got his vines out still, so they're going to be walling a bunch. But
Yep.
Mr. Cat hasn't even used Groove yet. It's just like, no, I want to use Greenfinger to do damage.
I mean,
I think that's actually the right choice.
yeah,
Like,
he doesn't have that many like heavy hitting units there, so besides Greenfinger.
you know, that happens sometimes, right? Like when you are fighting on a front with your commander, like there are times when you just don't have an opportunity. Like Mercia really suffers for that actually, because when she has Groove, like there'll be times where you want to heal your army with her, but she's also healing like an injured army, which means that like that army isn't going to have as much heavy hitting even after the heal potentially. And you want her to be doing the damage, which is kind of like this advantage that slow chargers have that isn't, I guess, like, talked about as much, where being slow chargers and being able to compress like all of their like power into one turn means that they can use the other turns to just go around smashing stuff.
Hmm. They're both like starting to really push into the other's weak front right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, this Greenfinger's still walking forwards and hitting things.
I mean, I don't think he really has. He really needs to use a good groove, right? Because there's not many units around there. So even if you get a good groove, uh, that allows you to like kill everything over there, you're gonna kill like 3 or 4 units max. So it's not that valuable.
Lots of damage coming down on Greenfinger.
Yeah, I think maybe this turn it could be useful because of how much
Greenfinger
because
finally
of the
makes it.
dragon purely. Although he might just not need it, right? Oh well.
I was gonna say Greenfinger from Trillion now standing on the mountain is a very durable position. Actually, I'm looking at the timers. Like we're on turn 12. Mr. Cat has taken less than 15 minutes to get to this point. Ooh, we're seeing unit suicides. Is this
I
No, this
don't
isn't
think
lethal.
so.
No, not
No,
even
it's
close.
not.
Even if that was a spear crit, I don't think that would have worked. But it will force Trillion to, you know, move his commander back because that dragon doesn't go down.
I like
There's
I
no
like what
mages
he
nearby
did
actually.
north there. He like used the 2 mages to kill the dragon and then surrounded the harpy.
Actually a good move. I was gonna say
Ooh.
on Trillion's part, and Mr. Cat's part even, like hitting Greenfinger made a lot of sense there, especially given that he had a dragon hit there, because there's no anti-air, so that dragon like doing a ton of damage to Greenfinger is really good.
That's true.
Nature's cry.
Right, and now we finally see Mr. Cat use this groove. Walls out some of these golems.
And that's actually a very good groove because ooh, suicides the dragon, the golem into the other golems. I think the dragon front switching here is key for me for Mr. Cat because that means he has some quite heavy pressure onto the headquarters. these vines are. They're gonna. I mean, potentially they could completely cut off the golems from like reaching the defense inside.
Yeah, that is going to be huge. And now, Trillian, seeing that his stronghold is under a huge amount of pressure, has to pull back.
Yep.
Can't really keep attacking when your stronghold is so vulnerable to dying.
Kind of a repeat of what happened in game 1 actually. Mr. Cat reaches the stronghold and uses Groove, forcing Trillion to move back.
Yeah. Ooh, we're seeing it coming. Ooh, dog are gonna land a whole bunch of damage here.
Ooh, that double duck crit is pretty good.
We're gonna see, like, I guess this is a 2-turn lethal setup coming in. Only needs, like, Greenfinger. I mean, this night crit, actually. If Greenfinger can just stand where he is.
Ooh, but the golems got through. That might be bad for Mr. Cat. Because if he does stop the lethal, Greenfinger is gonna be surrounded.
Oh, yeah, Greenfinger is very surrounded right now. That said, I think there's enough. I think even the dogs hitting this stronghold will be enough to knock it down.
Yeah, this is like all or nothing right now.
I think, I mean, could the sword get suicided onto? Oh no, not going for the sword suicide. I would have thought the sword could suicide. Oh, but dog crits! And the archer hit takes it down! Oh, wow. Trillion having just enough to, like, stop the night crit setup in the dragon, but double injured dog crit plus injured commander hit plus injured archer crit will take down the stronghold. And Mr. Cat,
Not even close. Not even close.
that was
Oh,
so
yeah,
close.
that was like very, very close game. Very close ending.
He just needed to injure the dogs a little bit more, I think.
I don't think he really had the units to though.
Was there like a hex that could have landed slightly differently? I'm not sure.
Maybe, but I think the hex was used. Like the witch was also used as part of uh the units that were blocking the dragon and the night off, right?
Right, that makes sense. Oh wow. That's a rough way to go. Yeah, like Mr. Cat in both games really just pulled out a victory in a very close situation.
I think he had the way better position before the groove happened in game 2. Especially like his weak front where Trillion had no anti-air, that was starting to hurt him. But yeah, Mr. Cat just, he just pushes little by little and then he reaches the HQ and the game gets decided there.
Um Okay, well played to Mr. Cat going 2-0 in this round. I think they can potentially make it through to the playoffs, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Although actually no wait, this is PST, right?
Uh,
Yeah, this is PST, so
I
I think
believe.
actually this confirms them getting through to the playoffs.
Nice.
So they will be taking on so the 5 people in PST are Cleaner Code, T-Tam, Cat Memes M, Mr. Cat, and Trillion. So Mr. Cat looking to potentially be either Cleaner Code or T-Tam, I think, were the 2 main competitors to get through.
Or we could have the revenge cat fight and T-Tam and Cleaner Code facing each other.
I feel like T-Tam and Cleaner are going to be the top 2 of the group. But,
Yeah, it could happen.
yeah, I mean, well, we've got one more set to go, so let's jump into that one.